We are live.
Welcome to WagerTalk Today, the gold standard of sports betting shows where we talk the talk and walk the walk. Locked and loaded show today for everybody. We've got Drew Martin coming up, get our MLB fix. We got Skee Profit coming up, get our WNBA fix, and we'll ask his opinion about what's going on in WNBA on and off the court. We got free plays, and of course, we have our NFL future at the end of the show. We're going to be taking a look at a running back that's probably going to be drafted in the first round of all your fantasy drafts. We'll see if I like the over, the under on his rushing yards. But we got to get to today's free play of the game. We've hit our first two free plays of the week. Had a nice plus money win yesterday. Let's do today's play of the day. And it is the first tournament of the PGA Tour playoffs, I guess you want to call it. And we're going to the FedEx St. Jude Championship. And one of the hottest golfers on tour is Hideki Matsuyama. We're going to take his top 20, including ties. The price is minus 120. There's only 70 guys in the field. Now it's the best 70, so this is a stacked field. But you could argue he's playing the best. 3 straight top fives. He's got 5 straight top 20s. He's got a 17th. He's got a win, a 16th last 3 years at this tournament. So 17th win, 16th. So he's covering this top 20. In the last 30 days, he's played 4 tournaments. He's been busy. He's number 4 in this field in total strokes gained. He's not long off the course, but he's very accurate, and that's the name of the game at this course. You do not have to be that long. You just have to place the ball properly in the fairway to give yourself some good second shots. Irons are looking good. Approach is really important here. I like him to compete for a top 10, maybe even a top 5, but to get a top 20 that includes the ties at minus 120 is a price way too good to pass up. This is also on the free picks page, and it has been released as a 3% client play. So that tees off in the morning. That is today's free play. All right, let's bring in Drew Martin. We got to talk a couple of MLB games, and Drew and I were talking earlier about the grind of college football, the research, and just there's so many. It's got to be harder now than it was like 10 years ago with NIL. Like you're basically starting from scratch. Some of these teams and coaching staffs, you're just starting over like from last year, aren't you?
For sure, Andy. I mean, to tell you the truth, I've changed what I've done in college football. Doing this is my straight job for 11 years now. And to tell you the truth, I was kind of doing it as my straight job, even when I had a 9-to-5 job, but let's not get into that. I would spend almost the full year, doing somewhat college football research. I'm not saying I was hammering, the sports books for 12 months, but I was having my eye on what's going on, the recruiting, the change in coordinators, things of that nature. And to tell you the truth, just last season, and I had a great year last year, so I'm not changing anything. From last season, after that original change, I didn't start until 4th of July, Andy. I was like, man, this is too crazy to keep up with. I'm just going to hammer college basketball and go right into baseball and then start my college football research 4th of July. And last year I had one of my best seasons. I'm doing it again this year. And it's pretty much just, cramming in almost like for a test in college and then using that week 1, grab a couple bets and then just get back to what has been good for me. And that's watching these teams play, watch the film, and then know what their next opponent is the next week and how that's going to match up. And then you go side and total on that. That's what I'm going to do again this year in college football, man. So I've really only been getting after it for about a month now.
I started looking at teams. I've never used the phrase, who's the quarterback, more in my life than trying to look at these teams. You're just like, who's throwing the ball? Who's okay, this guy moved. Yeah. Okay, but then the coach brought other players for it's pretty wild. So it ain't broke. Don't fix it. So good luck with the rest of your research here. But let's get to some MLB games. We got a couple of them: Mariners, Yankees, Red Sox, and Blue Jays. Let's do Mariners, Yankees here. We got Miller for the Mariners, Warren for the Yankees. A couple pretty decent pitchers here. Over-under is 8.5, but we still got the Yankees as a little bit of a favorite, minus 126, as we see on the graphic. What's your breakdown of this game?
Yeah, Bronx Bombers minus $1.25 is the way I like this one, Andy. Primetime 7:05 in Yankee Stadium. Couple things, when you were teeing it up with the starting pitchers, Bryce Miller here for the Mariners. Yeah, overall decent numbers. Same for Will Warren. but I would go more, in sports betting, something I like to do is what have you done for me recently? And these two pitchers, when you look at Miller, it's kind of glaring for the M's, the 27-year-old out of Texas A&M. He's lost 4 straight decisions. He's given up 11 earned runs his last 15 innings. So he's not a guy I'm really looking to bet on right now until he turns it around, particularly because he's taken a step up in class in what lineup he's going to be facing. And then when you look at Will Warren on the other side, around a 4 ERA, 4.1 ERA, he is kind of up and down. So there is a little bit of gamble to this if you're back in the Yankees. But 2 of his last 4 starts, he has held the opponent scoreless. So in 3 of his last 5, it's 1 earned run or less. So he's pitching a lot better. But even so, I mean, it's these teams. You look at the Yankees winning 3 of their last 4. They're 67 and 52, 15 games over 500. And the Mariners, they were in the run there in the AL West. Somebody's got to win that division. It's going to come down to the end. But the problem with the M's and betting them at this time, so late in the regular season, if they've lost 5 straight, I'm a little bit worried they're letting go of the ropes, so to speak, here. So give me the Yankees minus $1.25.
All right, Drew likes the Yankees. We're going to move to the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. We got Suarez for the Red Sox and Soriano for the Blue Jays. Pretty similar price here from the previous game, minus 120, over under of 9. What are you looking at in this game?
Yeah, I mean, Soriano, talking about, changes on what team you are. He's going to be pitching his second time here for the Jays. Now, the Jays 58 and 63. They've won 2 straight. They've won 4 of their last 5. A lot of people counting them out. But if you look at the standings, they're only 2.5 games out of the wild card there in the American League. So this AL wild card race, it's kind of, I'm not going to say everybody's still in it, but a lot of teams are still in it. That's what happens sometimes in baseball, is with the expanded playoffs. Makes it fun, but the Red Sox 64 and 55, that hot run that they had, they've really cooled off now. Losing 4 straight, they're a tough team to kind of handicap overall, at least in my opinion. For this game, they got Suarez on the hill, the 30-year-old Venezuelan-born pitcher, 108 strikeouts, only 30 walks on the season. He's a guy I'm looking to bet on. And Soriano, sometimes it can change, in terms of, he was a guy that started off the season very hot. He was winning a bunch of games there for a team that wasn't very good. Then he cooled off a little bit, but with the change of scenery, his first start was decent. He's going up against the Red Sox team that's really struggled against righties. And we get the Blue Jays, who they have lefty-righty dichotomy that's very glaring. They are the worst hitting team against lefties. Suarez coming from the left side. I actually think both of these lineups struggle a little bit. I would have liked it a little bit more if we would have got it last night. We have seen some under money, but I kind of like the Red Sox and the Blue Jays towards the under in this one. That Red Sox bullpen has been very good overall.
Yeah, interesting division here. Saw the Rays won big again last night. They just keep chugging away, and they're just never in the headlines.
Yeah. Talk about never. I almost feel like I bring up streaks a little bit too much, but one thing, Andy, I mean, I know you've been doing this long. In sports betting, the trend is your friend. You want to know these streaks, and you want to use that in your back pocket. But I'd say, and particularly in the sport of baseball, if the team has won 5 straight, I'm not looking to bet against them. And if they've lost 5 straight, I'm not necessarily looking to bet on them. You don't want to be catching a falling knife. I'll give up that unit, let them win a game, and then back them again. I think the trend is your friend is something at the forefront of MLB betting.
Yeah, that means amazing. These teams the Dodgers will just lose 7 games in a row randomly.
I know.
It's such a streaky sport. It's wild. All right, what do you have up for everyone at WagerTalk? And also tell us about the Daily Diamond.
Yeah, sure, Andy. And to your point, this streaks. I always remember my dad, coaching me, throwing baseballs. He's like, sometimes it looks like a grapefruit, sometimes it looks like a golf ball, as you're trying to hit. And I think it's kind of true even for MLB players. Unfortunately, I never made it that high, but so something that's always in the back of my mind. In terms of baseball, got an early game going here for for Wednesday. Just one on the slate for now. Might add another one as the day goes. Had a down day on Monday for the clients, but did bounce back yesterday. So looking to start a good winning streak this week. And then, college football grinding away. Should be out with some futures, some season win totals here in the next week. NFL as well, right around the corner, Andy. So we got that special up. Whereas if you buy college football, you get the rest of Major League Baseball for free. Probably the best savings out there if you're looking to jump on board. And Drew's Daily Diamond going daily right here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. So breaking down a couple baseball games up until football season starts. So check that out right here on the same channel.
All right, Drew Martin, thanks for joining us. Great breakdowns, great information as always. And the grind continues researching college football. All right, we got a little bit of I did a little modified steam sheet for you guys. Not a lot of activity. It's been pretty quiet. There's some action on the over in the Cubs and the Nationals. The Rockies money line's taking a little bit. They're playing a little bit on the over in the Orioles and the Twins, under in the Rockies and the Diamondbacks. And WNBA, the only thing of note that I see with line move is under in the Lynx game. So let's bring in Skee Profit. We got to talk games. We got to talk life. But
what's up, Andy?
Not much. I had to run this stat by you. I heard this stat yesterday. This is crazy. So they released the final NBA schedule, and the 76ers, of course, are going to be playing primetime on Christmas. This is going to be LeBron's 20th Christmas game.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I don't think anybody else has had 20 Christmas games. He's definitely, he's been in the spotlight since he came in the league. He was the king before he was even proven he was the king in the association. So it makes sense.
That's just wild. 20 straight games on Christmas, like being on a good team, being relevant, being like, no, it's just that's a streak that's going to be hard to break. So, but anyway,
that's why Adam Silver was frustrated. He was getting a little uneasy with LeBron waiting to make his decision because he got to make that schedule.
Amazing. Well, we got a couple games to break down. I'm going to let you break down tempo and wings. I have a 4% best bet up in this one, so I won't share my opinion on this one. What do you make of this game? Dallas, big favorite, over under 184.
Yeah, for one, it's really hard to lay this kind of a number with the wings. You look at the wings as big favorites of more than 7. They've covered 3 out of 6 games. You look at the wings without AZ, I don't think they've won a game even. And she's still listed as game time decision tonight. Not only her, you have Jessica Shepard out, so missing a good amount for this Dallas team. They haven't been playing the best basketball lately. I understand that Toronto is not one of the best teams. Their defense is pretty terrible. But for whatever reason, they're still able to cover these games on the road. I have them listed as 10-5 as road dogs. They can score as long as Mabry's in the lineup, and she should be out there tonight. So from a side perspective, I just don't think the Wings have proven they deserve to be laying this big of a number, especially with, the way the health is looking on the roster right now. So it would be tempo or nothing for me from that. And if I have to look from a total, I've already said this Tempo team is not the best defensively. When they stay in games, it's because they're scoring back and forth. If you look at as they're on the road for the Tempo, they're 12-3 to the over. And it's not just they're giving it up; they're scoring too. Team total, they're 13-2, even better. So either the over in this game or Tempo plus the points. I don't believe in Wings laying almost double digits.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I like the over in that one too. That seems like a pretty solid bet. So the Lynx and the Fire. This is an interesting one because you got the Lynx. I actually thought this line would get up to 14 or 15.5. And then I started looking, and the Lynx, they're really just on cruise control. They're not winning by huge margin at this point, and this is a big number. But then again, they are playing the Portland Fire. So over under 185.5. Interested where you came down on this game.
Yeah, the Lynx, they're awesome. They're, the best team, in my opinion, in association. But like you said, just because they're winning games doesn't mean they're covering these big numbers. If you look at them as double-digit favorites this season, they've covered 4 out of 12 games. So you're asking them to do more than just win here tonight. And for the Portland side, I think this is their 4th or 5th straight home game. They've had 3 days off before this game. I'm pretty sure they'll be up for it. You have Bridget Carlton playing versus her old squad. I could look towards her on the prop, but another reason to think that the Fire get up for this game. I would absolutely want Carla to be in that point guard. She's game time decision. I know she had she injured her knee in one of the previous games, so I would want her out there. But I think the Fire are capable of keeping this one within, the 13 points. The total, man, I've gone back and forth on the total. Maybe I can ask you on this one, Andy, at the end. But my initial thought was the Lynx have been shooting so well. Kayla McBride, historic 3-point game. Before that, they shot lights out from 3 as well. At some point, some kind of regression is going to kick in. Portland even coming off of a great 3-point game. They scored 100 points, shot over 40% from 3. I'm big on regression. It's just Portland's defense has been bad, and Portland has been playing really fast lately. And Minnesota is the number 1 offense. So I'm a little scared, but I want to believe in regression. What do you think here?
So you and I differ a little bit. I know regression is eventually coming, but I look at some of these games that the Lynx are playing, and they are kind of taking off just a little bit on defense. And to me, when you have a team just winning outright, I feel like if you're going to rest, it's on the defensive side. Yeah, of course we get up to play offense, but we give up a few on defense. So I would lean towards the over, but then you are depending on Portland to contribute. So maybe a team total on one of them. Portland sneaky team total over. If you think the defense is fading a little bit. I had the stat for you. The Lynx have won 1 game in their last 19 by this margin.
Yeah, Cherie, before the previous game, she was about as mad as I've seen her in a while, talking about that defense for that team. And she said, literally, she was like, every player in every position was terrible. So even she knows the defense has been bad. So I get where you're coming from. Yeah, that's why I didn't push the button. Like I do these queries and database and all that stuff. I don't just pull it up and say, oh, I'm just going to play it because this one is 11-1. I still got to think about the game and see if it supports the way I feel. And just like you said, just because it's 11-1, I don't know. I see reasons and ways that this can still get over.
Yeah. All right, we got to talk about what's going on in the WNBA. I did a rant on Monday about how they just don't have leadership, and it's like a rudderless ship, and they're not controlling the narrative, and the narrative is not equaling more views. You're having a lot of media talk about issues not game related, and then the players just feed into it, and then the coaches feed into it. And Crack was asking me about the Fever. And what I was saying is they've lost all the casual fans that they gained last year. Like some of my friends that watched them all the time last year, they don't care. And right on cue, the coach just does this like kind of crazy but super intense press conference. The home crowd is booing them at home. It's a disaster. And then what sucks is you've got really good teams, you've got some interesting players. And then on top of that, you can't find what channel they play on. Like I just bought League Pass, so at least I can know I can watch them. But to the average fan, like what are they on Ion Network? Like
right.
What is going on with this league?
I agree with a lot of what you said. The last part, I think that's kind of going on with all sports though. Like NFL, one day it's on Amazon, next day it's on this. NBA, they're doing the same thing, and that's getting really annoying, especially for the average fan who's like, we used to be able to just, turn on TV, it's on channel 7, whatever, watch the games. It's hard to keep up with all of them. My parents asked me, they can't even watch all the games because it's every different channel. So I think that's every league. What you said about the leadership, 1000%. Kathy, she's just inept. Nobody likes her. The players don't like her. Fans don't like her. She's not doing a whole lot of good. But I also think that Adam Silver, controls a lot too. And he's not the greatest commissioner either. So all of those things. And it's not even just the media people who create these narratives and do this. Like the WNBA is a little bit unique in a way, like it's been one of the smaller leagues. Everything that's said, whether it's on social media, whether it's Twitter, Threads, Instagram, the players see it. And it's like a storyline. It's almost like a TV show when you watch the WNBA. And that's just how it's a little bit different than any other league. So you can get guys who are on Twitter who are not, a media guy saying crazy things or saying whatever, and it's going to create a whole ruckus for the WNBA community. So I've seen it. I watched WNBA over a decade. It's changed a lot. It's a lot of people who watch the WNBA for not basketball reasons, and they try to make that everything. But there are a lot of people still who enjoy basketball, and most of us will continue to be there. It's getting harder though. Like you said, some of those fans don't want to watch, don't want to deal with it anymore. It's tough.
Yeah, I keep going back to the Fever because they have these polarizing players, and they're blowing it. They really are. Caitlin Clark is just not likable. Like she's just not. Like, I know she complains about techs and everything, but she's reminding me of Luca, this incredible player, but won't stop complaining. And
Yeah.
she does flop a lot. It doesn't really bother me because most people do it, but the league has so much talent. And yeah, you're right. On social media, you have people with strong opinions about the WNBA that never watch the games. So the WNBA is getting nothing out of some of these guys that want to talk about things off the court. They'd rather watch the press conference.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you, because it just reminded me. I was playing poker, maybe not it was either yesterday or the day before, I forget. But I'm playing poker, and I'm watching the WNBA game. Whatever day the tempo, I had him plus 13.5. It was yesterday or the day before. And the guy next to me, he's like, "Oh, you're watching WNBA, whatever." He's like, "I only watch the Fever." He's like, "Yeah, Caitlin Clark is amazing, and I love Sophie Cunningham." I'm like, "Okay, I know what fan this is. This guy is." He said, I don't know. It's getting to be a lot like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was a cool guy, but I'm just saying, it's a lot of people who haven't been there for the same reasons. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why this made me laugh. It's probably not funny, but hey, we're all friends here. I love when players in all sports get salty about getting thrown out of a game or a tech or something, and then they just pop off on social media. When Carrington sent out that tweet of White,
I didn't even. I mean,
I was dying. I thought it was.
I don't even know what she's talking about still right now. I mean, I know people have a lot of problems with the Fever in general. I know what's that guy's name? Emmanuel Acho or something. He was talking about her on Twitter, and she responded to him. I didn't even look into it anymore. I don't give people a lot of energy, man. I just stay in my own bubble, my own lane, and try to find some winners, man.
Yeah. That's what we can do. That's what I was telling Crack. I was like, they're always going to have me. They're always going to have you. They're, the season ticket holders, but they're just missing out on the fringe fans that can really put you over the top with the views and the revenue share and all that stuff. So you've been having just a year and a season of the ages. I think you're still number one over at WagerTalk. So what do you have up for today? You got any specials? What's Skee doing?
You guys know I'm an extremely overly honest guy, and I hate to lose. I hate it. I hate losing my money. I hate even more when people trust me and they lose their money. It really bothers me. And like you say, yeah, we've been doing really good. I think I'm somewhere around the plus 115 units mark in 2026, but I lost yesterday on the Liberty, and I didn't like the fashion that game ended. So I'm going to take my time, make sure the next game I absolutely love 1,000%, and it's going to get to the window. So I didn't put up a play. My first initial thought was to play that under, the regression that we talked about earlier. And I said, no, that's not the play. So I don't have a play up right now for today. But just know the next one I make will be one that I love. And there is a promo. You can get the NBA, NBA early bird, and you get the rest of the WNBA season for free. You'll get these plays as soon as I release them. A lot of these lines move very fast in the WNBA. You want to get them early. So some kind of all access package would be something that I recommend.
All right. Yeah, get all access. Don't get one play, guys.
Shout out to my guy, UCapper, really quick, too. UCapper in the chat says,
what's up, bro?
Being around Skee when he takes a loss, he don't hide his emotions. Yeah, you'll know. If I'm unhappy, you will 1,000% know.
Yes. Yeah. If you don't get one play of Skee's, get a package, get something a little bit more long-term, see what he can do for you. So thanks, Skee, as always. Love talking to you. All right. Skee Profit having a season for the ages. A couple of things here. Wanted to let everyone know we just donated to a charity. We put it up for a vote, and you guys overwhelmingly said St. Jude. So we just donated $523, it looks like, to St. Jude. So thank you to everyone that tipped. Know your money's going to a really good charity in a good spot. So appreciate everybody that's chipped in, and a special shout out to Total Bases. They got that great format. If you tip and ask them to break down a game, they'll do it. So a lot of the money's come in from that. So really, really appreciate that. Every little bit helps. I actually do work with St. Jude. We do their production for their charity walk when it's here in Indianapolis. So I know the people well. They're good people doing a lot of good things. So, all right. Let's see. I got a 4% best bet in WNBA that is up, and I got a 5% UFC play that is up. We actually got a 5% and a 4% in one package. So been seeing UFC really, really well. I believe 11-1 run just in UFC. So pretty happy with that. So that's 5% that goes off on Saturday. And we've got the 4% WNBA play that goes off tonight. Got a couple golf plays up. We got one in the European, it's the Danish Championship. And then we got one in the FedEx, but we gave that out one early on the show. We're running a smash and grab promo. Rest of MLB and UFC for the rest of the year, only $2.99. That is a smoking deal. We are running hot in both of those sports, so get you all those plays for the rest of 2026. Playoffs included for MLB. Every event, every 5%, every play we have in UFC, you're going to get that. So $2.99. That's over at wt.buzz/AL. Let's keep the good times and good profits rolling. And now let's break down a running back future, and we are going to go with Christian McCaffrey, and his number is 949.5 rushing. I'm not going to talk about the electrical thing next to that's not a part of the breakdown for the 49ers, but what is the breakdown is he played all 17 games last year, 311 carries, that's a career high, and 102 catches. This guy had 413 touches. That is a lot for a guy who's got some injury history. 2025 played 17 games. 2023 played 16 games. 2022, 17 games. And he cleared 1,100 rushing yards in that season. So when he plays all the games or close to it, he goes over. The offensive weapons for the 49ers, they have a ton of injuries. They are going to lean on McCaffrey a lot in the first part of the season. They do not have a deep bench of running backs there. I think they're going to work him a little bit too hard out of pure necessity, and I don't trust him to stay healthy after 413 touches. I don't have faith in that, so it's going to be an under for me. 949.5 seems a little bit too much, but honestly, that's about where you have to put the number at, because if you try and put out a number where an injury is baked into the line, you're just going to get smoked if he goes over it. So it'll be a lean to the under at 949.5. All right. Quick show today. We're going to be back tomorrow. Dan will be back tomorrow. He's recording Bet On It. So all you fans of Bet On It, that's what they're recording right now. So we'll get that show up as soon as possible. Dan will be back tomorrow. Yana will be back tomorrow. We got more free plays, more breakdowns. Make sure you take advantage of those specials, guys. Go to WagerTalk.com, click on specials, find a special that works best for you, and take advantage. We got the 3 days, get 3 days free. That's going to end at the end of August. So you want to jump on that, do it sooner rather than later. Hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. Click the bell. Get notified when all the shows go live, when the videos go up. Thanks for watching. Good luck on your bets, and we will see everyone tomorrow.